Hi everyone, Christina here. Today I have a fun challenge for you. I've done this challenge in the past and I'm revisiting it because it really is a challenge for me. I think maybe once when I've done this, I actually completed the card in just the 10 minutes. I think I was crazy enough to try to do a 5-minute card challenge at one point. You know, I've been on YouTube a long time. I've done a lot of videos. I can't remember. So today I'm going to revisit the 10-minute card challenge. I'm going to try to complete a card from beginning to end in only 10 minutes. I'm not going to include any pre-planning, pre-designing time because with this challenge, you definitely have to pre-plan and design your card because there is no time for experimenting and just playing in general. So I'm going to show you a little bit about my pre-planning and kind of talk you through the process because you do have to think about a lot of different things. You have to think about, well, we'll get into it. So here we go. Let's get started. So I've chosen to use a card kit for this particular challenge because I wanted to limit the amount of supplies that I was using. So I'm going to show you the card kit I'm using. This is the special edition thank you card kit from Simon Says Stamp. And this kit is packed with a bunch of stuff, including this 4x6 stamp set called Thank You Flowers. This is a stamp set that I worked on for Simon, and there are a lot of really great thank you sentiments in here, things that go with that really large thank you greeting, as well as all the little elements to build your own flower bouquet. And there's also a die here. This is the Kind script die. That's one that I did as well. And then you've got these United States postage stamps. These are actually designed by Rifle Paper Co. I love Rifle. And so the flowers that are in the stamp set are very reminiscent of the flowers on that postage stamp. There are some envelopes included in the kit. There's some puffy stickers from Pebbles. Here's one more envelope. You get 4 envelopes total, I believe. Here's some pattern paper from Pink Fresh, and I love these colors. They're very citrusy, but also pastel, cheerful, light colors. I really love this particular paper pack. We've got some heart glitter stickers. Those are so cute. And then we have this stencil. This is the envelope addressing stencil. This is one that I thought would go really well in this kit. So it has 2 pieces to it. There's the outer piece that you can use to protect the outer edges of your envelope, and then there's the lined piece inside. So I'm going to be showing you how to use that lined piece later just to help you get a really nicely lined up address on your envelope. It's the perfect size for these envelopes from Simon. So I'll be using that a little bit later. There's also some pre-cut, pre-scored cards for you to use that are included in the kit. This is the really thick Simon Says Stamp 120-pound cardstock. There are 3 ink cubes and a black slick marker from American Crafts as well. So I've got kind of my supplies narrowed down. I've also picked out some ink colors for some stamping, and I'm going to go to my sketchbook and plan out my card. And I thought I would do something similar to that postage stamp. So I'm going to do some flowers stamped all along one side and then have the thank you right across the middle of the card. So I don't want the flowers to go all the way across the card. I want them to come maybe 1/3, maybe halfway across. It just really depends. And as I was looking at that card, I thought, oh, that looks really simple. I could totally get that done in 5 minutes. So I'm going to do an envelope too. This was my downfall. I should not have planned to do both because I couldn't even get the one card done in under 10 minutes. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish my ideas here. I'm going to finish them up, and then you will see how long it actually took me to complete both of these. I decided I would stamp the flowers and the leaves on the flap of the envelope in white ink, and I would use a navy envelope. So the flowers on the main card are going to be very colorful, and it's going to be on that white card base that comes in the kit, but the envelope will be a dark navy. So I'm going to speed up the video here. I've got my phone on screen. I think there's one portion of this entire card creation where the phone is off my grid mat here, but I kept it running the entire time. So you're going to see exactly how long this takes me. I'm using a bunch of different colors from Simon for all this stamping, and because the images in the stamp set have well, most of the images have two elements to them. There's like a solid flower shape that I'm stamping here. And then once I have all of those stamped, I'm going to go back over and stamp the details on the flowers in a darker color. So I've got 2 shades of pink, 2 shades of yellow, and also 2 shades of green so that I can fill in the details on those leaves as well. So I did take a moment and bring over that large thank you stamp just to see how far on the card would it really go. And I decided I wanted the flowers to come over even farther than I had originally planned, because that thank you greeting, the size of it, it just needed a little more substance behind it. So I'm stamping all of these details, and here we are. I'm about to cross over the 10-minute mark, and I am not done stamping whatsoever. So at this point I thought, whatever, just finish it how you want. Take your time, make it look good, right? So I'm going to take the big thank you stamp, and I'm using soft navy ink. So that navy color is going to complement the navy envelope. And this card is pretty much done. I did have a couple little ink smudges, so I used a sand eraser to clean those up. And then now I'm moving on to the envelope. So I'm using some white pigment ink from Simon to stamp all of the main solid images from the flowers and leaves. These are the same elements that I used on the card. And I'm just using this white pigment ink and filling in all of these gaps. And there can be some little awkward blank areas because I'm going to use those 3 little berry dots to fill in those gaps. So I'm stamping even more, getting all of these leaves and flowers on here. And then once all of the background shapes were stamped, I had to use my heat tool to help speed up the drying process. I did give myself a few minutes while I was cleaning those stamps. At this point I wasn't rushing it anymore, so I decided to just go ahead and clean my stamps right then. And then I used my heat tool to speed up that pigment ink drying so that I could stamp the details on the images in soft navy. So I stamped these right over the top. I think it looks really great. The blue doesn't match up perfectly with the blue of the envelope just because it is stamped on top of that pigment ink, but it's close enough that it looks really nice. So at this point, my card and envelope are pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and stop the clock here. I finished both just shy of 24 minutes. So it definitely took me much longer than my 10-minute challenge that I gave myself. But at the same time, I enjoyed this challenge because it forced me to simplify some of my card ideas. Originally, I thought it would be kind of neat to stamp the solid shapes and then heat emboss the details on those images, which I think would still be really pretty. You could stamp them in solid ink colors and then use like a metallic embossing powder for the details. I think that would look really, really pretty. And you could change up the colors of the flowers. Maybe they're all red and green for Christmas, or very pastel shades for something a little more spring-like. So as far as this stencil goes, this envelope addressing stencil, I placed that on my envelope, and it helped to guide me while I did all of my writing. And for the address, for Joyce's address, I used a number 10 Jelly Roll pen. And then for my return address, I switched to a number 8, which is just a little bit thinner so that it wouldn't be quite as thick and bright as the main address. By the way, Joyce did give me permission to use her address in a mail art video. So if you would like to be have your address considered for one of these mail art videos, there will be a link down below. It's to my giveaways for the month. Click on that and you'll be entered into giveaways and also have a chance to have your address entered or considered for mail art videos. So I'm filming this little face-to-face clip before I've done the challenge. So I'm hoping my challenge card turned out good. Let me know in the comments. And I hope you guys take this challenge too. It's just something a little bit different, something quick to get your creative juices flowing. On screen right now, I've got 2 more videos for you to check out. These are really simple card ideas. So if you're looking for something quick and easy, these are some great cards for you. Don't forget to subscribe before you head out, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video very soon.